Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father?
I really do.
You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all his life. Take the test.
Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
If you got $10 million, you go, listen, young boy, I don't want the world to know nothing about this because my image, here goes some money, I'm going to take care of you. Nobody's going to say no.
Chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline. Just like all of this, just by accident.
I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life.
With Jay-Z in the spotlight, it appears that 50 Cent is stirring things up once more. Jay-Z has until July 18th to respond to the judge's recent decision to allow Rymir Carter's paternity case to proceed, according to rumors. 50 may even be supporting Carter's legal battle while including him in his next documentary. It's obvious that this story is only getting started, and the drama is intensifying. Accusations dating back to the early 19...
I wasn't in the ad because of... Look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No. I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori was. He had communication. He said, "Yeah, that's why I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without fit, right?" And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, "Oh, that's your big homie, right?" And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they're Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M.
90s. This isn't your typical paternity dispute, it spans decades. The man at the center of it, who is reportedly 32 today, is now coming forward and asking for information about his origins. In a further turn of events, some online voices assert that Beyoncé has been discreetly avoiding the spotlight in order to shield her husband from unwelcome attention. This narrative is going to blow up because 50 Cent is stoking the flames in the court, is finally acting Rymir Carter, whose true name is...
Met Jay-Z and had intercourse with him. How old was she?
I would say I think she was about 16, 17, or 16, just turning 16 or 17. I know it was one of them.
And Jay-Z was what age?
I wouldn't happen to know. I think was he in his 20s?
I read 22.
Oh, yeah.
I think I read 22, but he was in his 20s.
Yes, I wouldn't happen to know his age, but 22, I'm pretty sure if they put that out there, then... I really try not to get frustrated, basically. I really try not to think about it, I go on with my life, because, anything could happen, but, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day, I still gotta work and bring an income for me, I can't sit around, I gotta get up off my feet and do something, I can't wait on the world, like I can't say, I can't wait on anybody to want to respond when they want to. It is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out, because, in the future, you don't know what could happen. And a lot of people are so quick to judge because they see somebody coming out and try to find out if the person, trying to find out things, they so negative.
Rymir Carter has dedicated more than half of his life to this battle since he was 19 years old, in an attempt to learn more about his supposed father, Jay-Z. Now that he has legal momentum, the case could rock Jay-Z's marriage, economic empire, and reputation, attracting attention from all directions. While she was quite little, after turning 2, she had trouble getting in contact when pregnant with him, but he remained silent. Now Machard Ryer is taking the stage along Zitarasov, prepared to see this long
thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp, and she said something, supposedly, this is all hearsay, about regarding saying Rymir needs to go away little boy, something to that effect. There was something out there. with the song they made. And then next thing I know, somebody was at my property.
It's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen, that this how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, this collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong but come in here, tell you guys the truth, put our life on the line, come to every court case and give you a
long-running struggle through to the end. It's allegedly got to know J-Z. Lily Kite, Ryr's godmother, claims at first Jay-Z's group looked into managing private matters and even taken into consideration bring and Ryr a place on his label because of his musical ability. However, then the tone changed. New attorneys took over and the strategy was,
it's not why you can't prove me wrong. Like it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, been seeing a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like this can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair.
His mother, Wand, allegedly met Jay-Z when she was underage. She got pregnant, and when she tried to reach out to Jay-Z about the baby, he basically ghosted her. Now Rymir is all grown up, and he's not backing down from this fight.
My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now, and she been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling it Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, you know, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really, this was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about.
Totally altered. One more voice, one more voice. Thus, why ERUPTED most likely. They understand how this situation could become more complex if it attracted popular notice outside of the years in question. The case has significant fixations that clarify why Justice Squad has been protecting it since over 10 years. According to a 32-year-old man, Jay-Z is supported by a deceased mother's signature, and at last, a judge is considering the matter seriously following years of legal holdup. In the meanwhile, 50 Cent is reportedly in favor of the endeavor, maintaining the tension and adding even greater focus on the narrative. The situation is getting more heated, and the timing couldn't be more detrimental to J-Z. Fans are paying notice to Diddy's predicament. Observing the most well-known hip-hop artists, there are rumors circulating that some proof Diddy's case might unpredictably turning to Jay-Z. Escalating the conflicto, the narrative ending in 1992, Ryr's mother, Wanda, claims that Rymir met Jay-Z in Philadelphia when he was just starting out in the music industry, and that he then brought her to his aunt's Brooklyn residence. Following a brief second visit, he completely disappeared from her life, according to Lily Coley, who provides additional context. Wanda's narrative shows that Jay-Z, who was then known as Rock, lived in a tough neighborhood. Following the actions that many in her situation might have taken, Wanda put her boyfriend, Robert Graves, as the father on the birth certificate after learning she was pregnant and being unable to contact her. Pursued Jay-Z legally after Robert Graves was struck from the birth certificate in 2011 after a DNA test revealed he wasn't the father. When he initially filed in 2010, the lawsuit swiftly descended into a convoluted jumble of court rulings.
And adding even more attention to the story.
Wanda's son. She had it when she was 16. It takes 40 weeks to cook a baby. That means she was 15 when she got pregnant. Age of consent in Pennsylvania is 17. Was then, is now. And she was taken across state lines from Pennsylvania to an apartment in New York. Oops.
Oh. The detail.
That's how Rymir Satterwhite made it into this world. Take the test, man. That's fine. We'll give you don't know Diddy. Take the test. You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all his life. Take the test. Do something. You've been dead beating it your whole
delays and legal obstacles. Although Rymir found evidence that Jay-Z did own property in New Jersey at the time, His defense even contended that he couldn't be made to undergo a DNA test there. Rymir has spent his own money over the years to combat what he claims are dishonest courtroom practice. 29. Here is the most recent. 50.
Surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations are crazy.
I don't have no felonies. I'm not crazy or none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything. So, I don't want to see him go down for something that, you could have just got taken care of. That's it.
Nobody's talking about the fact that he is currently suing his first biological son to quiet him and put a gag order on him. Why would he be doing that? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Rymir's mother was a minor when she conceived Rymir with Mr. Carter, who was a grown adult. What kind of family man is that? You don't want anyone to know, you or your wife, don't want anyone to know who your actual biological children are, because most of them were created with minors while you were an adult. He's been in court with this young man for the past decade, fighting taking a DNA test. If he's not your kid, take the DNA test. Simple. If the young man is not your son, why have you spent so much money trying not to take a DNA test? Take the DNA test if he ain't your kid. You such a proud family man. While you fight back the truth about your firstborn biological son, because you don't want nobody to know that his mama was barely 15 when you made her a mother and you were a grown man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Him and Blue Ivy got the same mouth.
Times are changing, and voices that were once ignored are finally being heard. Jay-Z may have hoped this story would stay hidden, but 2025 is proving to be a year of reckoning.
New lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
That's right. To us, black excellence.
that had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch.
Oh,
Like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Come on, bro.
What was interesting was that Jay-Z's camp basically put out a statement saying that Jay and Puff are not friends and they're not close at all or whatever else. Did you see the two of them interact a lot?
I seen them interact, but I wouldn't say they was close. I believe Puff felt they was close.
Oh.
But if you was a person on the outside looking in, like me and Uncle Paulie used to always talk about it, me and D-Rock and stuff like, yo, why Puff kind of like sucking Jay off so much? You know what I'm saying? Because you'd be like, we done flew to 5 or 6, 7 different concerts that Jay-Z has. But Jay-Z is not at one of Puff's shows. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Rock brunch where Puff will break his neck to get to the brunch. But Jay-Z don't pop up at any of Puff parties. You know, now I can only speak up until 2012. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was breaking his neck. Like at the end of the day, in our mind, we say, yo, he ain't even invite Puff to his wedding. When he married Beyonce, Steve Stout and all of them was there. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was kind of in his feelings, but once again.
Oh, Puff was upset he didn't get invited to the wedding?
Of course he was.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to remember, we're security, so we're bottom on a tote pole. So he's not going to show you that it really affects him until you have a little conversation with him, or you say something, or you overhear something. But he didn't get invited to that. You know, yeah, Jay came through every once in a while. Like if we was in a yacht in San Tropez or one of these places like that, Jay might ride up. You know what I'm saying? And it's more or less to show, yeah, I got a yacht too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm out here too. More or less than we're tight friends. I look at it as two people that's getting money because they did have some businesses together and we did have to go to some meetings together. And it was like, this is how far it goes, but we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? Like people ask me that all the time. I mean, Jay ain't really with Puff. It was no personal into it. It would be like if Ron Burgos is flying from LA on his jet, but Jay-Z just so happens to be going to New York too. We're all
50 Cent is doing more than simply shaking things up. He is supporting a case that has the potential to turn into one of the largest scandals in hip-hop, with Rymir Carter defending himself and a judge finally taking it seriously. Jay-Z might soon have to face the consequences. All eyes are on him as the deadline of July
entirely.
I work every day. I also have my own kids to take care of. So it's like, it's been a journey for me. And it's just like, you know, I just got so much on my name right now. I never ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming at the Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I work for everything. But next is I'm just trying to basically make sure no other kids or nobody else in the world has to go through this. Basically, don't feel afraid to go to court and see if a person is your biological parents. You know, so many people are scared, and this is a big thing in the world. A lot of people don't have their fathers because they scared to go out and search for them. And sometimes it only take a little search, you know, go search. And if it's wrong, we're adults. Well, most of us adults, even for the teenagers, this being a role model for them, showing you can go in the courtroom, and if you're doing everything correctly, you should be able to just get treated as equal as the other person. You know, I've always been a person that I never hate anyone. I don't walk around with hate for a person. So I try to teach my kids that just be the best that you can be. So that's just a motto I go off. I would never hate Jay-Z. You know, it was never that type thing. You know, I respect him for everything he did. And as I said, I've been going through a whole lot through these years because this case, like me, my mom, my godmom, we didn't seen the worst. We didn't have people, you know, slander my name. Like you want Jay-Z money. And I hear it all. I'm going to fight until I'm not here no more. And it's never going to be against no one. Like, you know, I'm going to continue to fight. It'll take another 10 years, maybe another 50. Maybe I'll take this to the grave with me, but everybody can say I fought this.
Yeah.
He's come out and said, like, you know, this is just long-term harassment, man. He's like, this thing is just won't go away.
Long-term harassment. You know how disrespectful that is to a man that looks almost identical to you?
Yeah, that's his child. That's very disrespectful. I mean,
to a man that chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline, same straight knobby knees, is like all of this just by accident. Just by accident. It's just a coincidence that this man looks like he could be your Irish twin.
July 18th draws near. Will he attempt to avoid the DNA test, or will he take it? There is little doubt that this tale is far from over, and 50 Cent isn't ignoring the drama.
I do know that I have listened to actual commentary from his godmother, Lily, who sat with a friend of mine, Liz Crokin. I was there, I was present, I heard it come out of her mouth. Wanda was a minor when she got pregnant with Rymir. And like Wanda always said, he picked her up in Philly, but he took her to New York across state lines to bed her while she was allegedly underage. Even though Lily was present when Rymir was, she was very clear on the fact that Wanda was a minor when she was pregnant with Rymir, who was born a year before my son Giovanni. He came 92. That means she got knocked up in 91. He was well into his 20s by that time. Well into his 20s. allegedly taking teenage girls over state line. He got unlucky, that condom broke. Poor guy. Or maybe that was just karma. Maybe God made sure that happened for a moment like right now. Disgusting. Don't nobody want to talk about the other kids that everybody denies don't exist. What? You know, to be a billionaire that can't get a loan is one thing. But to be a broke billionaire and a deadbeat dad, that's something different.
Yeah, you know, even Solange's son, the Daniel kid, he says he doesn't have a great relationship with Beyonce, Jay-Z. What do you feel someone coming out saying, "Hey, Jay-Z's my father"? What does that person want from a hoe if he's saying he does not care?
To prove that his mother wasn't a liar, because that's what they said his entire life while she was alive. Denying him makes her a liar. That woman was on the phone with the judge who was harassing her, telling her, demanding that she stop filing for paternity when she gave way and died. His mama died on the phone. Trying to get proper acknowledgement to him. If your mama died like that, would you just sit around and let people keep calling her a liar?
But my thing is this, like, this is how easy it is. First of all, kids come before everything.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're gonna have problems with your kids sometimes. But if you got $1 billion, if you got $10 million, because listen, young boy, I don't want the world to know nothing about this because my image. Here goes some money. I'm gonna take care of you. Nobody's gonna say no. Yeah, you my son. I love you. I'm gonna give you money. I just don't want nobody to know about this. It's easy to manage. The fact,
yeah, but that starts with extortion. That's the first step of extortion.
No, but
once you give someone some money, you are now an ATM.
So you saying someone? No, your son. Like, there's a difference between someone and your son that you made. Right or wrong?
Still a stranger though. You don't know.
It don't matter. But if you made him, he's a stranger because of you.
Yeah.
He's a stranger because of you. If you're a stranger, you know what I mean? So my thing is, if you my son, my thing is, I think a son is something all men want. A son.
Yeah.
If once you have a son, you don't care. If he was 40 and you just met him, he's your son. You be like, yo, best if you got the means to just do whatever you want. That's the thing.
I'ma go.